But today, we're going to focus on the ends, the essence, as Gig said. I'm going to start with a tweet that Unknown T put out where he said, "No one cares who the baddest boy is anymore. Be yourself and make your money." What's the man them saying about that?
The ignorant care, obviously. But it's a young thing though, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's more of a young thing. When you're young, it's that aura. You get me? That you go through and that. I don't know, like, I can't, like, all I can say is, like, growing up myself, like, you know what I mean? Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, it's like the aura it comes with is with being that little known bad person. Like, do you know what? Like, I never really set myself up to be any type of person. I was just myself, you get what I'm saying? Do what I wanted to do. Like, whether it was good or bad. You get me? Like, the territory just comes with it, if you get what I'm saying.
I do get what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying? Like, your name just gets passed down to whoever and whoever and whoever, and it just happens like that. And eventually, like, at first, you don't feel it, innit? Like, you don't even know about it. And then you start to hear, like, raw, this person said this about you. This person said that about you.
Yeah.
And obviously, when it's not that bullshit, when it's not hearsay, like, raw, you're this, or you're
Man
that,
can
or
vouch.
you
When man can vouch.
When you're hearing shit like, raw, this girl likes you, or that boy shook you, or get me, man heard you done this, or around there they talk about you like that. Do you get what I'm saying? That gives you a little sense of, you get me? But other than that, it's like, when you grow to a certain age, you gotta understand to leave that behind.
Yeah,
you get what I'm saying? That's what it is. But at the same time, I understand what Unknown T saying. You get me? If you concentrate from early, instead of playing that bad boy part, instead of holding yourself back like that, you get me? It's unlimited, bro. To where you can go. You get me?
What do you think, Eman?
I hear what he's saying, but I kind of find it a bit hypocritical in a way, because like he's saying that, yeah, but then like on the way here, the cipher that we were listening to, he's talking the mad.
Cold as well, innit?
It's definitely cold. It's
still.
definitely cold, but he's talking the madness. And if I'm a local youth, seeing that and then hearing that, I'm just gonna be thinking, bro,
Yeah, but you're still.
you get it, fam.
But
like, what do you want? Like,
The thing is, though, and
contradictory.
I do hear what you're saying in terms of the hypocritical factor, yeah. What I would say is, yeah, and as I said, we're not at that stage where we've got necessarily like hundreds of thousands of people listening, but I'm just going to put this out to the people in the atmosphere, yeah. If you're a rapper coming up, or even if you're a listener of rappers and stuff, yeah, treat a rapper like you would treat an actor. That's what I would say. And the reason why I say that is, like you said, it's hypocritical, but obviously his livelihood and his job is he's a rapper. So he's still gonna chat what he's chatting because that's what he gets paid to do. If he came now and made like an album of straight love tunes and that, even if it was hard, his core fan base is gonna say, we don't want to hear that. We want to hear the essence. We want to hear that grease, that gully talk. We want to.
What made him?
What made you tune into him the first time? You get me? Unknown T, Homer and B, Op Block. Do you know what I mean? That's what they want to hear. So I get what you're saying in terms of like why it's a bit hypocritical, but I think sometimes, like, whether it be people from the ends or just people, like, we need to like separate stuff and say, raw, look at the message that man's putting out. He's saying the ego and the identity of who's the baddest youth and that, it's dead now, bro. Like, because and the reality is, as we could probably
dead, though.
Yeah, but obviously, just I'm saying now, I feel like even the conversation we're having now, it's like we're becoming more comfortable to admit that there ain't really much to gain. Like it's like short-term gain but long-term loss, because cool, everyone knows you're the bad boy, but if you get a bird for 10 or 15, no one gives a shit, bruv. Like, the only people that's gonna care is the other people that you're around who are also in there
You know what
too.
though? At the same time, yeah.
That's what I think anyway.
At the same time, yeah. You see, right now, like this, it's a money thing, innit? But on the flip side of that, I've seen youths that have like, they didn't like try and be a bad boy or anything like that. They just tried to make bread. But it's like once they made bread,
they have to.
they
be.
become a bad boy.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
get
yeah.
what
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
saying,
yeah,
fam.
yeah.
Like,
The-
I hate that shit.
Nah, but and
Some people are kind of forced into
That's
being.
dumb.
Well,
bro.
look-
Like, I think personally that's stupid, isn't it? You've concentrated for so long and you've seen what it's done. So now you've got to a point where obviously people are looking at you like, yeah, you're a boss. You've done this. You've drive that. You've bought this. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
you've earned that. You get what I'm saying? But if you're smart, you won't let that. You get me? You
Yeah,
won't let
like,
that
fuel you
them
and-
comments. Do you get what I'm saying? You
Yeah.
won't let it
They're mentally-
change you. You
mentally
won't let
strong.
it change you. You will continue on the path that he was on.
Well-
You get me? I've seen man just start from nowhere. Like you was a guy, a regular person,
Yeah,
doing
yeah,
your
yeah.
thing. Like niggas didn't disrespect you,
yeah,
or niggas didn't respect you at the same time. Niggas just knew you was you and knew what you was about. You get me?
yeah,
But then it got to a point where now you've got things.
yeah.
You get me? And
That's-
it's like it creates a certain aura.
Yeah,
Yeah.
identity
You get what I'm
that
saying?
now
it's like
that
it creates a certain aura, and niggas feel that they have to prove something. I think personally that's stupid.
of course,
You
but
get me? That's
do you-
dumb, bro.
Look, all right, let me talk from my perspective in it, because obviously, as I always say, man didn't do road, and I'll even say a large factor as to why I think I didn't do road is because one of my main influences was my bigger brother. He kicked the ball in it, and I saw that like the man them, the older lot and that still respected him as just being a brother from the ends that kicks ball and is not into no badness.
But that's a mad one as well, you know. Because I swear some people think like, bro, because you're not with that circle, even though you know that circle, you kind of basically grew up with them, but you chose a different path. When you lot see each other, you're still speaking that like your boys.
Yeah,
and that.
same way.
You know what I'm saying? It's like some people that are on that path, that straight and narrow path, they seem to start to think like, bro, them man, they don't really rate me like that.
Bro,
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Do you know what? Hold on.
It's like some
Let me
man start
pause
to
you
think
there.
like, bro, they don't rate me like that, but they do. Don't ever get that twisted,
Ghost,
bro.
let me pause
I've
you
never
there.
seen somebody on a straight and narrow and thought to myself, you're a joke, man.
No, Ghost, that's
Never.
let me pause you there,
Get me?
yeah?
No, but
Go on. I'll let you go.
no, go.
Well,
say
the
what you're
reason
saying.
why I was going to pause him is because I was going to say that, as I said, from my own perspective, there's been times when I've had a thought process of, like, are the man them from the ends or from wherever going to rate or respect what man's trying to do, whether it just be working legit, whether it be now man's doing a podcast, whether it be getting a girl and not getting, like, following my peoples and getting bare girls. Like, I thought, like, are they going to rate it? But then I've come back later, had conversations with people, and they've said, yo, I've seen what path you chose, and I respect that to the highest level. I don't respect certain man that didn't necessarily have to go down that path and basically chose to go down that path to, as you said, get the identity of, yeah, that's XYZ, and he does XYZ, even though they didn't really have to. You get what I'm saying?
I know a couple man like that still.
Of course, they're everywhere, in every hood, in every ends, in every area.
You know what though? I don't actually I don't blame them. If you get what I'm saying,
Yeah.
Because the allure, the drag of that lifestyle.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
a big drag still. Don't get it twisted, you know.
No, but you
Like,
know
do
when
not get
but-
it twisted. The
but
drag's
you-
big, bro.
But you know when you've grown up with having everything, like why do you still need to then?
Cause now
do
you
the
need to
road
be a
thing,
bad
fam.
boy, innit? You need
Do you
to,
know what?
You need to have that.
You have
get me?
everything,
need
but
to
you don't
that
have
about
that.
yourself. You get me?
Yeah.
No,
That's
but
what it is. You're thinking.
yeah,
You're thinking to yourself. You're thinking to yourself. You
Yeah,
need
that's
that. Well, it comes across like raw. They think like they need that respect, that road respect, as well as doing well for themselves. They need that road respect. You get me?
I get what you're saying.
I
Still.
heard it.
Enough man trip over that because you don't need that, bro.
Well, this is why I
You get
said
me? The
that.
road
like,
respect ain't really that real, like.
bro, the road is.
but this,
You get a couple
look,
dogs that are loyal and
Of course,
and
loyal to the
100,
soil,
You get me? But
but-
other than that, like,
bro. You look. I think, as I said, from my perspective, yeah, I've seen and I've heard too many stories where it's so blatant that a man's in too deep. And like before they've decided, right, that's a howler. You better pattern that boy.
Bro, I'm just seeing bare fiddling in the
You know
corner
like
of my eye,
that?
fam.
Man's got the nah. Look, before you could even like navigate yourself out of a situation, it's too deep. Too many things have happened. Too many people have got hurt, and now
blood's been spilled.
Yeah, and now you made your bed, you got to lie in it. And again, because you have to give these disclaimers to people, yeah, because they'll hear one part of something and say, oh, you can't badmouth people. No, look, what I'm saying is, as I said, the message I'm trying to push, and I think the man I'm trying to push is, take a sec and think a bit deeper and a bit more long term about certain decisions man them are making. Like, think raw. All right, I'm going to jump on the road and do X, Y, Z to make this amount of money. But wouldn't it make more sense if I got a trade and over the course of a couple of years, I would have made 50 bags, 75 bags legit, rather than make 75 bags in 2 months and now I've got a bird for 5 to 7 years. Do you get what I'm trying to say? When you're weighing it up, obviously, I'm at an age, I'm 27, I can obviously evaluate this stuff. But I can honestly say, and you lot can speak for yourself, when you was, and we're going to get onto this later, when you was a teenager, was there someone to even say to you, rah, like, have a think about what you're really on and what you're doing? Was there someone to actually say, like, have that conversation with you?
There was bare people to say that, but there weren't no one that I took serious.
Why?
I don't know. Straight ignorance, bro. Like, I don't know. Like, there was nobody, like, obviously, you know, like, you'll be in your area and that. There's always that one old guy that probably knows your mum. He knows your brethren's mums. The whole estate knows him. And you know them men that always try and lecture you. You see me, fam. It got to a point where like you're just boring, bro.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm
I
saying?
ain't trying to hear that.
Yeah, it's boring, bro. Like, you get me?
So what?
I'm alright. I'm alive and that.
Alright, so
no,
but alright, that's a very interesting thing, yeah. Because I'll ask you to see,
but
man.
don't get me wrong. I understood what they were saying,
but you just
or
wasn't.
this person was saying.
You
You
just
get what I'm
wasn't.
saying?
Yeah.
But I weren't
It was gone.
taking heed.
One
if you get what I'm
ear
saying. Yeah, I
out the
weren't.
other.
What was you gonna say?
No, I was just gonna say I never really.
Heed. I weren't taking.
I kind of
heed.
had someone who was showing man like the right path and that, but his son was the one that was.
You say on the bad breed.
He was the one that was putting me on.
The wrong.
See, this is
Yeah,
what it
fam,
is.
he
He
was the
heard
one
it too much. He was bored.
You get
Yeah.
it, fam? Like he was the one that
Started to
was
rebel.
giving man the things to like do you get
to
it?
do what you need
Yeah,
to do.
fam, and then
All right, so let me flip it like
Yeah.
this to you lot then, yeah? Okay, we're here. As I said, we're pushing what we're pushing, yeah? The message of just like try and think a bit more about the decisions you're making. There's going to be a youth that listens, as you said, because they respect us to a certain extent. They respect us and they're listening, but they say, I hear all of that, but man's going to do what man's going to do anyway. How do we convince that you? Or is there like a point that we can convince?
Personally, I don't think you can, fam.
Or do you think it's just them?
I feel like in life, there's always gonna be somebody that's ignorant to a point where they can't hear the sense behind what you're saying.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? There's always gonna be somebody like that.
Yeah.
You get me? And it's a sad thing, but you know, this is the world, man.
Look.
And some people, you can't really burn too much energy on them, man.
No. What I will say is, Caribbean household, Eman, even though you're from the Niger household, I know you'd know this saying. If you don't hear, you must feel. Yeah? And that's how it goes. And as you said, for the man that's ignorant all the way to the core, regardless of who's chatting to him, they're the man that they have to feel. They have to touch the stove, get burnt on their hand first, maybe even 4 times, 4 fingers before they go, all right, cool. Let me keep my other hand safe and not get burnt anymore. Some people, that's how they're built. As you said, or as I'm trying to say, like, I was a man, and I've said it before, that I don't know what it was, and I don't even know where I got it from. Yeah, it might have been my dad, because I feel like one day he said to me, "Rah, think about what you're saying and what you're doing before you say it and before you do it."
That's hard work, you know.
Bro, but he told me this when I was about 7 or 8. Now, don't get me wrong. There's certain little things that I did when I was younger. Like, it could be teething from this, jerking from that. It could have been, you know what I mean? There's certain things that I did same way anyway. But I always had that thing in my brain of, raw, like, let me just
think.
Yeah, for a few seconds before I say the mazza, before I do the mazza, let me have a think about the long-term effects of a situation.
But sometimes shit just gets popping very, very fast that you don't even have time to think, fam.
That's very true. That is very, very, very true. So,
Yeah, fam.
but I did say that, innit? Sometimes certain situations happen. You get a call for certain things. Now you're at a certain And
You get it. You get it.
damn day. But listen,
Next thing you know, you're on the blue mats, fam.